This may go down as one of the most iconic images in English sporting history. Chloe Kelly, after she scored the winner in the Euros final, sprinting across the pitch in a white Nike sports bra. And that bra is more important than you think. That's a weird thing to say, but let us explain. Equipment matters. Everyone knows that in Formula 1 or cycling, and there are even running shoes that make you faster. But it turns out that the right sports bra can make a difference as well. Research has shown that running in a poorly supportive bra shortens women's strides by up to 4 centimeters. Over the length of a marathon, this adds up to an extra mile, and it can make the difference of reaching that ball or sliding into nothing. That's why England hired a breast biomechanics expert before the Euros. She worked on personalized bra prescriptions for each player to improve their comfort. Before the tournament, most players wore ill-fitting, loose bras, and many reported breast pain. 4 weeks later, 87% of the players reported having benefited from the prescriptions. 17% even said that it had improved their sports performance. So how does it work? The better fitting the bra, the less muscle activity in the upper body is needed, which means an athlete can potentially go for a bit longer before getting tired. Because the more breast movement, the more work is needed in the upper body to stop that movement. Typically, there are 2 types of sports bras. Compression bras, which reduce breast movement by squashing them flat against the chest, and encapsulating bras, which support each breast in individual cups. But sportswear companies also started developing a hybrid version, combining the advantages of both. This is what Chloe Kelly was wearing and might have made an important difference. Why has nobody thought about bra prescriptions before? Because nobody talks about it. It's still taboo. Although it wasn't the first time that a picture like this went around the world, the sports bra might be the most influential piece of sporting equipment in recent history. It's 1999, Pasadena, California. World Cup final. The United States versus China, in front of 90,000 fans. The most watched game in the history of women's football, until last year's Euros final. The decisive penalty is taken by Brandi Chastain against the Chinese goalkeeper Gao Hong, who just a few months before had already saved an important penalty against her. So the US coach comes up with a plan and tells Chastain to take the penalty with her left instead of her right foot, for the first time in her life, to surprise the Chinese goalie. The plan works. Chastain scores, the US wins the World Cup, and the image of her celebrating in a black Nike sports bra goes around the world on the cover of Newsweek and Sports Illustrated. Tearing off a shirt was and still is a common celebration among male footballers. But the same celebration by women was seen as a provocation. A woman should not flash her bra on the pitch. But Chastain did it anyway. The moment turns out to be a game changer. The first professional women's league is established and football becomes a viable career for women in the US. 3 years later, Keira Knightley wears a black bra in the movie Bandit Like Beckham. The sports bra has become a part of pop culture as a representation of female empowerment, with some striking consequences. We wouldn't be athletic interest if we didn't take a moment to talk about the business side of things here. In the month after the World Cup final in '99, sports bra sales were up by 25%. Over the years, Nike rose to become the #1 seller of bras in the US. Not just sports bras, but bras in general. It shows the incredible rise of a new product category. After the Euros in '22, the results were even more extreme. There were 10 times as many searches for Nike sports bra on Google. Sales went up by 140% at John Lewis. But it's not just those singular events. It's a general shift in the business. For a long time, female athletes had to perform in a kit that was initially built for men, which is a much bigger deal than you might think. At one point last season, 25% of the Ballon d'Or nominees were sidelined with ACL injuries. This is not a coincidence. Research shows that the use of unsuitable football kits increases the risk of injury. Women's feet differ in shape and size, and a lighter body weight affects the length of the studs. So it's not enough to just market a boot for women. It is essential that the boots are made for women. And luckily, the brands are starting to pick this up. Nike has launched its new Phantom Lunar boot, described as the most innovative and researched women's-led boot in the company's history. Sounds like a good marketing talk, but the brands are actually serious with their focus on women's sports, because it offers huge commercial opportunities. The men's sportswear market is becoming more and more saturated, but the women's sportswear market is still growing rapidly. and has better margins. Nike even changed its whole organization from a focus on different sporting categories to a focus on women, men, and kids, to make sure they serve each consumer group with the right message and the right products. Besides the economic impact, the image of that sports bra changed the perception of the item itself and simply put more focus on it. Women who had previously been deterred from exercising due to breast pain started exploring the options on the market. And the market itself started to shift its focus to improve what it can offer to female athletes. When she ripped off her shirt, she changed the rules. 20 years later, a lot has changed, but the same gesture is just as powerful today, hopefully fueling the progress for another 20 years to come.